What's up? What's up? What's up? Good day, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy SciVive Sunday. I like SciVive Sundays. They help me remember to come back into some kind of center, to balance my life and remember that we are all just spinning on a rock in space, really, when it comes down to it. I hope y'all are doing well and taking care of yourselves. I had a desert adventure over the last couple of days. I went out to see a healer, I guess you could say that, a healer of sorts. And I have a protocol to follow for the next couple weeks. I'm going to really stick to it and see if it helps. For those of you who may not know, I've been dealing with a heat issue. I overheat easily for the last 10 years. I realized the other day it has been at least, if not more than 10 years, because this heat stroke happened in 2013. And ever since then, ever since that day, I have been very sensitive to the heat. I'll have issues, and it's been different over the years, right? Like, it's not been as severe as it is right now. And right now I'm having this issue where basically from here, from the back of my head right here to in between my shoulder blades right here, it's on fire. That's why I put that image of the Phoenix girl on fire, because that's how I feel very often. It's just a very hot sensation, and I always have to be careful with where I'm at. I need to be aware of where the sun is, and I need to make sure I'm in the shade. And it's really been, unfortunately, life-altering. I was living in Puerto Rico for a little while, and I had to move because I couldn't stand the heat there. I've had to change career paths. I was doing organic farming and gardening, and I love doing that, and I can no longer do that unless I'm out before the sun is up. It's really just not all right for me to be out in the sun. So even right now, it's I don't know how hot it is outside right now. Probably not that hot. I'm in Southern California. Let's see. Let's check the weather. 63. It is 63 degrees outside. It's warmer in the bus always because of the way, because it's metal, right? So it's conducting all that heat inside. So I'd say it's probably at least 70 in here right now, and I've got my AC on and the windows are all down and it's nice and dark, but I still feel warm here. So anyways, enough about that. That was we'll see. I want to try a lot of different things and find out what could possibly help with that. What's up, Chris? I see Chris in the chat. Chris Brune. Hopefully I said that right. Chris says, liked on Endry. Thank you. Make sure you smash that like button. Give it a big hug. Give that like button a nice squeeze. And how do you handle the cold? I love the cold. I mean, I don't love the cold, but because I'm so hot all the time, the cold makes me happy because it helps me cool down. I can work out easier if I'm in the cold. I get cold. I mean, that's the weirdest. That's probably one of the hardest parts is, for example, sleeping in the bus, gets cold in here, and my toes, like my lower body and my extremities, everywhere from kind of like my chest down can be cold, and then from here up it's just hot. So I can't run my heater because I'll overheat. So I'll try and use blankets. It's really strange. So half of me will be cold, like freezing cold, and then another part of me will be very hot, and it's uncomfortable. So that's how I handle it. I don't handle it very well. I prefer the heat, honestly. I miss being out in the sun a lot. My tan is gone forever. I have not had a chance to, get really a lot of sun. So I used to be, I'm Puerto Rican partially and Portuguese. So my skin tans really well, but it's not, it's not right now. So that's what's up with that. If you know anyone who's ever done anything, had any issues like that, or has had a heat stroke and maybe had some, after effects, please talk to me. Please get a hold of me, because it has been 10 years of just banging my head against a wall trying to figure out what the root of this is and why this is happening constantly, and what is it that is wrong with my body. I've gone to doctors that have checked my hormones, my blood levels, my thyroid, extensive thyroid check. I've changed my diet. I changed what I wear. I've changed my shampoo. I'm taking a whole slew of things right now. Some digestion stuff, gut bugs, stuff to battle Lyme and mold. Because this person's thinking that might be what it is. So I'm gonna try all this and see how that goes. I felt a little bit of relief this morning when I took some of the supplements that I was given yesterday. So that was good. But like I'm sitting here right now and I feel hot to the touch, like from here up. I don't. So Chris asked another good question. How well do you sweat? I do not sweat well at all. So that's another part of the problem, is I know that that's related to it. I feel like I should be sweating right now because I'm warm, like I'm overheating. And if I were to sweat, I think that would help cool my body, but it doesn't happen. So there's like a B1 vitamin. Actually, shout out to Hexlina Pulse a lot. Hexlina recommended that I take this B1 vitamin. So I've been taking, I think it's called thiamine, something like that. So I've been taking that. That actually did seem to help. I think that has helped me sweat a little bit more than I used to, but it's still minimal, like not good. Yes, I almost just said SJ because I saw Spike say SJ and I got so excited. Hey, Spike. How are you? Good to see you. I am going to be using, I don't know if you saw, one of the promos that we did had a little bit of your footage, drone footage in it. And then I'm going to be working on a new promo for our upcoming events going into April. So big announcement. We have a new tour date. April 13th, we are going to Utah. So we'll be just south of Salt Lake City. We're going to go to a place called Nerd United. It's a Web3 workspace in Lehi, which is just south of the Salt Lake City area. So if you are in Utah or close enough to it to come drive up or down and hang out, please do. That's going to be a really awesome event. I don't want to say every speaker because we're still one of them is still on the fence. Let me check my messages and see if they've replied. There's still one speaker that I won't mention because I'm not 100% sure if they're going to be there. However, Fashion Coder, Rachel of Fashion Coder, she is going to be one of our speakers. And if you haven't heard of this guy yet or seen him around, Donovan Jolly. Donovan is a very well-known crypto YouTuber. And he's been doing this for many, many years. He's been doing YouTube just for crypto in general. And just recently, he really jumped on board the PulseChain train. Choo choo, motherfucker. So I'm really stoked about that. He is just young, bright, very cheery dispositioned. And of course, I love that, being the positivity princess. So really excited to have Donovan come out and speak. And yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, I think. We're trying to get Hexo to come hang out. I don't know if he's going to speak, but it would be fun. I don't think he's too far from that area. Maybe a wild nerd girl will appear. I'm not sure. I know that there's a few people not too far from Utah. Hexray Vision, I know, is in that area, so I'm hoping he shows up. So yeah, if you are in the Utah area or you want to be, come hang out. That is actually on the pulsechaintour.com now. You can go get your tickets. I believe you can get your tickets. I know it's definitely on there. Let me see. Let's find out. Let's find out together. Here, I'm going to share my tab. Share screen, NFT PulseChain tour. I was looking at the NFTs. So, okay, here. So we'll come back to this. Let's go to events and PulseChain tour. So real quick, I'll just touch on it real quick because we are really close and most things are sold out. But if you have not got your tickets to Las Vegas PulseChain tour event yet, get them right now. As you can see, the 3-day VIP totally sold out. We wanted to make sure that was big enough that a good group of people could enjoy it, but also intimate enough that everyone felt like they were getting, the value of just all the events that we're going to do. We're not going to mention it because we just, we don't want all you scallywags just showing up. But it's going to be a great time. We really have a lot planned for that day. All the meals are included. But anyway, that's sold out. So if you missed that train, you missed it. Top Golf, there's still some tickets for the Top Golf event. That's going to be the first day of the the event, the first day of the, but I feel like there's a better word for that. The shindig. So Wednesday, March 6th, there's going to be a Top Golf meetup. That is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a NFT for that meetup. I am really struggling on making the art for that one. Like, so far, this has been the hardest one, and I just don't. I'm like beside myself trying to make it happen. If you missed out on the VIP 3-day package, you can, I believe there is maybe only one left of these. That Thursday only VIP. If you still want to come hang out with us on Thursday and do all the fun VIP stuff, all the activities, it's a whole day of activities. Like, we are getting up not early in the morning, but we're going to be starting in the morning, going through the whole afternoon and eating and having a grand old time. I believe food and drinks are all included. So that's going to be a blast. If you want to join us for that, there might be one left of that Thursday only VIP. Also Thursday, there's going to be tattooing going on. Hexakin tattooers doing tattoos. I think RG3 is getting a tattoo. Interesting. He has many already. And then Thursday night is one other event. So we're doing the whole VIP day, but then Thursday night is an open party. We're going to do karaoke, which I love. And if y'all want to hear me sing, because I talk about it all the time, how much I love to sing, come to Camu and do the karaoke. Seminar is Friday, March 8th. I'll go into that real quick. I know I said this was going to be quick. I lied. Here, check out the schedule. So it's packed, y'all. So we've got the Pitch Fest, which is going to be super awesome. The PulseChain Foundation is hosting that. RG3 is speaking. RH Max is speaking. We're going to do raffles and giveaways. We've got a ton of cool stuff now. Shout out to all of our sponsors. We've had so many people that are making items and are, that do like creative things outside of content, right? So shirts, necklaces. I was going to do an unboxing today, but I don't think I'm going to have time because I have another stream at noon. So after this, hop over to Hexray Vision's channel. Hexray Vision, Black Hexakin, and I are going to be having a chat over there. I'll send you the link when I get it. And then Pulse Domains, that guy's brilliant. Love what he did with Pulse Domains, and he's a developer. He's been in this kind of industry for years. He did this presentation in California, and he's doing it again in Vegas. And I'm so excited because it's really great. Very well done. So excited to see Pulse Domains. Access Alive is speaking. DCC and Charlie of the Crypto Mindset and Cultivate Crypto are going to be there. And then we have 2 AMA panels. Crypto Coffee, Dollar Cost, Cultivate Crypto, and Access Alive will be on one panel. And the second panel is going to be Ben Armstrong, RG3, and Donovan Jolly. It says TBA, but we did confirm that Donovan is going to be the third person on that panel. So, and then more raffles and giveaways. So anyways, okay, so that's all Vegas. Let's get to Utah. Oh, so sorry, one more thing. The day after, so there's this seminar, there's a party at night, which is going to be a blast. And then Saturday, there's a brunch. The brunch there's no tickets to the brunch. It just didn't work out that we could do it that way. So what it's going to be is we're just going to be like, hey, this is where we're going. It's Caesar's Palace brunch. You can see all the details right there and come hang out with us. Y'all, it's all you can eat crab. I'm about it. All right, so here we go. Utah. Very excited. Black Hexakin just put this up. So PulseChain Tour Utah, a Web3 wealth workshop. Now, like I said, this Nerd United place is a Web3 space. And this is the coolest thing to me about our PulseChain Tour is that every stop is different. Every time we go somewhere, there's a different emphasis on something. For example, we were just in Houston, and that was all about real estate. So we had this entire real estate meets crypto seminar. Utah is going to be Web3 meets crypto. We might have someone from AI speaking. So we've got a really cool lineup for that one. It's a little, some of this is kind of up in the air, but as you can see, we've got RG3. Let's see. Donovan Jolly, Fashion Coder. Drac is the one that I think we're not 100% sure yet. I'm not 100% sure yet. So there might have been a little miscommunication there. But, and if you don't know who Dracatus is, have you heard of Tank Talk? Have you even heard of Tank Talk yet? Very, very cool technology. Lots going on. Let's get back to the show. What is up, everybody? Certified Quality says, Chinese people don't sweat. My bad. What? Finn Bear says, hey. Hello. Very cool. So I'm not Chinese. I don't know what that has to do with anything. What else is going on? Let me think. Bull market. I don't usually talk about crypto because that's just not, It's not my forte. I'm not someone who does charts or looks at graphs or studies the markets. I've only known, ladies and gentlemen, I have only known the bear market. The bear market and I are best friends. I'm honestly a little apprehensive about this bull market everyone keeps talking about, because I don't think it's real and I don't see it happening. And I'm waiting for this euphoria and these green candles and all this magical, sparkly energy that happens when price go up, because all I've known is price go down. And I didn't even know that that's all I knew at first, right? Because I got in and didn't have any clue about anything. When I bought my first HEX, I think it was 5 cents, but I was spending so much. I decided to spend the next few months, probably 6 months. So I bought HEX. I bought a little more HEX. I bought a little more HEX. I think the most I bought, the highest price I bought was maybe like 20 cents. So a little buy at 5 cents. Like I think my biggest chunk was like 14 cents, and then a bit around 20 something cents. And after I did all that, I spent the next 6 months just listening to content creators so that I could understand what HEX was, how it worked, I wanted to be sure about what it was that I had just invested in. And then after those 6 months, I started to listen to Richard and find out who Richard was. And that's how SciVive happened. So all said and done, I just didn't pay attention. I wasn't looking at the price. I didn't know, I didn't know how much I gained. I wasn't one of those people refreshing Staker app every time, right? Because I didn't even know I didn't know crypto had bull markets and bear markets. I didn't know where we were in the cycle. I didn't know that, HEX had already done 10,000x. Is that what we did? Like none of that was news to me, or, I wasn't paying attention to any of it because I was so new to the space that I couldn't even wrap my mind around that yet. So, here I am, fast forward 3 years, and all it's been is down. And the good thing is, and I talk about this often, is that it doesn't bother me. I've never been upset about the price because I know I spent all that time doing my own research to figure out what it was. And I have no doubt that that price is going to go right back up again. So, I mean, while I don't doubt it, I'm also just like, all right, when is this choo-choo train leaving the station? Because the only other time I felt a smidgen, like a tiny little taste, just a tiny little bit of this euphoria y'all speak of, is right before PulseChain launched. Do you guys remember that? We ran up to like 11 or 12 cents, right? Does anyone remember that? That happened, right? I'm not tripping. Can someone like just verify with me, for me, to me, that was a thing? Because I feel like that happened. And when that happened, I saw, right, like that was one of those moments I was like, okay, let me refresh Staker app a couple times, because I had DCA'd, fortunately, just a little bit. For those of you that, may or may not know, I what's the word I'm looking for? I made a choice. Instead of going to work for someone else or doing a job that I don't like and making a bunch of money to DCA in at the bottom, I decided to DCA my life into the PulseChain ecosystem and live in a bus and eat cans of tuna and drive around teaching people about crypto. So I did not have a lot of extra funding to put into the system as we were down, but I did. Anytime I did have like a tiny little chunk, I put it in. And I'm glad that I did, because I got to see when we ran up to that 11, 12 cent mark that, I was starting to kind of break even and even like have a little bit of profit, right? So I am really hopeful that this whole bull market thing is real. Someone tell me it's real, because I've been waiting, just like y'all have, for quite some time. I think anyone that's come into HEX, I feel like if you really understand what it is and you really dove into this community, then you are at an advantage. You have a great advantage because we learned to not trade. We learned to hold. We learned that time, you know, how to value time, right? That's what HEX is all about, is locking it away, committing to that contract and saying, I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold on. And I'm being rewarded because I've done so. So again, that's part of why I've not ever had, you know, despite feeling impatient, right? Or frustrated that it's taking so long. I do. I'm not going to lie and say everything's, you know, roses and candy, but I've never felt bad about the amount of money that I put in. I've never thought, oh, I need to, you know, get a 2X and, you know, hightail it on out of here. There's no way. I'm not going to sell on a double or 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 maybe that double. Maybe 8 doubles. So that's what I'm hoping for. Oh, Drix says we'll be back for the replay. I'm trying to say sick thumbnail, and I was going to say thick thumbnail. That's how silly I get sometimes. Drix, I saw that you're going to be in Vegas. So welcome to the replay. Shout out to you. Excited to see you in Vegas. I hope you're going to bring your camera. I'm going to try and be cute. I'm going to get my hair done a little bit. I'm going to grab a couple new dresses, I think, before I get out there. And really just like PulseChain princess myself up. Okay. Finbear says it's real. Thank you, Finbear. Thank you for the words of solidity, letting me know. Oh, hey, I got to do something real quick, you guys. Hold the phone. Check out, here's the pirate. Check out the pirate flag while I make sure that my stuff doesn't freeze. So I have a refrigerator. I have a fridge in the bus, and sometimes when I close it, it resets and it goes down to freezing temperature, and I don't need any of my stuff to freeze right now. I just looked over and it's at 32 degrees. So hopefully that has not been for very long and my eggs aren't frozen. Well, anyways, let's see. 11:33 is the time. What's up with you guys? How are you doing? Do you have any questions? Maybe we should read some SciVive. It is SciVive Sunday. I feel like I had more to talk about. Oh, NFTs. Let's talk about oh. You guys. Oh my God. Oh shit. I don't know if I can say anything about this. I don't know if I should say anything about this. Can I say anything about this? I'm not going to say anything about this. Ooh. This is cool. I just found something out. I can't tell you. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh, man. I can't tell you anything, but I will tell you that I just sent a DM to Richard Hart. I'll just let you know that. I'm just going to leave that there. Let's see. John Bishop says, when these green candles hit, it's like the best, most wonderful high in the world. Nothing comes close. Finbear says, I'm collecting eggs for the incubator, up to 17 already. Very nice. Very nice. Super cool. That's exciting. Little babies. Little babies. Eggs are so good for so many things. New chickens, breakfast. I love it. Oh my goodness. There was something that I was going to announce a while back, but I had to get permission from Richard or someone on his team to do so. And they said, no, not yet. And then the same thing, I just came across it again. And I can't talk about it. I'm going to be like Kinetics right now. I'd love to mention this, but I can't say a damn thing because I don't want to take anything away from Richard. Like if this is something that like he needs to talk about and announce, like he's got to do it himself. And Richard, if you're watching, DM me back. tell me I could say. I shouldn't say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. What I am gonna do though is let's go to docs. And no, I don't like that. Someone pick a number between 1 and 10. The first number I see between 1 and 10. Someone pick a number. Good. Okay, I got the pothead. Number 6. Diamond NFT. No, Finbear. No. You'll see. Y'all see. It's something that's been on his back burner for quite some time. 6. Where did it go? SciVive. SciVive. You guys know my reading voice? How I have a different reading voice? You'll hear it in a minute. I'm going to read SciVive for you. Where is... Here we go. All right. So SciVive is broken into 10 chapters. And there's 9 core principles of SciVive. Originally it was just 9 chapters. And then Richard added a 10th chapter that kind of is a culmination of everything, that is longevity. So, and this is from the intro. The 9 core principles of SciVive are mind, body, spirit, money, power, respect, which is 6. So I'm going to read from respect. And then time, space, and experience. And in case you've never read it, SciVive is one of those books where you can read through, you can like pick it up at any point and read a little bit of it and not have, you don't have to like read it from cover to cover, is what I'm trying to say. So it's kind of just a life hack book. He's got all these different ways to talk about tons of different aspects of life. Bear with me one moment. We are going to get to the respect chapter. It's a long book, so it's going to take me a minute. Respect. Here we go. Cool. I'm going to read 3 little paragraphs. I'm going to read, if I lied, I'm going to read 4 paragraphs. These are cute. So this is all under the heading of respect. And then it's a subchapter called Market Yourself. Market Yourself. And I'm skipping a little bit of it. And then it goes, personality. There's power in admitting you're wrong. And it's so rare these days that it's very notable. Displaying weakness is rare unless you're baiting. Next little heading says, being nice. It is a random function with lots of noise as to whether being nice works out better than being not nice. The Neanderthals and dodo birds didn't seem to fare well. There's all kinds of things which aren't around anymore. Sometimes there can be only one survivor, and sometimes you can have lots. And because chance exists, you can't really know which path is right with absolute certainty. That's like kind of, some of these are like Confucius Richardisms to me. It's like he says a whole lot within a very small amount of text. All right, these are the last 2 paragraphs I'm going to read. Photos. When taking photos for social media, do what the underwear ads and other ads do, if you can execute it well. Don't look into the camera. Have the right lighting, perhaps a good sunset, etc. Make sure you have a wide open aperture. You could do it the teenage style and throw some friends in who are having fun and smiling. Influence is only as good as the objectives of its use. See, that's why I love SciVive, because it's like there'll be this whole paragraph of stuff that you feel like is just kind of like random advice, and then there's this nugget, right? Influence is only as good as the objectives of its use. And how potent is that, right? I love that, just that sentence alone. And this is the last one. I wasn't gonna read this, but I love dancing, so I'm gonna read it. Dancing. If you have a great body, dancing makes you hotter. And if you wear different or crazy clothes, it makes you look cooler. If you are captain of the football team and great looking, and you stalk a girl with binoculars through her window, you're cute. If you're fat or ugly or both, any of these odd behaviors will amplify the degree that people dislike you. Imagine what a fat person looks like walking down the catwalk at a fashion show. Now imagine what models look like. How often do you see fat people on the cover of magazines called Fat Person's Weekly. Great fashion on bad bodies, if prevalent enough, will cease to be fashionable. That's why clothing brands are sometimes paying certain people to stop wearing their clothes. Ooh, to stop wearing their clothes. And a lot of people give Richard shit, right? Because he, in the past, he's been overweight. So people are like, oh, well, you know, if he was so smart, and why wouldn't he do his own thing and blah, blah, read his own advice? You know, he says that. He talks about that himself. Like, Richard is very well aware of his body composition and what he looks like and what he's doing and not doing right. Sometimes I think people need to be the givers of advice so that it sticks enough for them to take their own advice, right? So Richard knows that what he's saying is true, and he needs to do these things in order for he himself to become more fit and better looking. It's not that easy though, and he's very vocal about that fact, right? I've heard him talk about it in streams that he knows he needs to take his own advice, you know, and that he, like, I've had interactions with him where he's joked around about, you know, oh, this is coming from a fat guy or things like that, you know, which I don't think he's fat. But, and who knows now? Everyone's thinking it's going to be like buff ass Richard in 2025. So we'll see. You know, I'm hopeful. I mostly because I want to meet the guy. Like, hey Richard, when date, huh? And B, I want him to live forever. And I love that, you know, just like I do. I love that I didn't even know the word longevity before I read SciVive. I had no idea that was even a thing. So Richard introduced me to longevity and longevity studies and learning about all these different ways that we can work on our lifespan, our health span, right? To live healthier lives longer. A lot of people have this mental image of this decrepit, like 100-something-year-old person that's like skin and bones. And that's not what longevity is about. Longevity is about, you know, stopping or reversing the aging process so that we live physically well for a longer period of time. There are a lot of great people out there that you can read. Dave Asprey. I'm going to not remember any of them right now, of course. Aubrey de Grey, of course. David Sinclair. I read some of his stuff. There's a wealth of knowledge out there of all of these, you know, people who have spent their time and energy and money. There's a guy he calls himself Zero. I forget what his real name is. Brian something. He's the one that a lot of people make fun of because he kind of looks like a vampire and is using his son to like help him do his own biological biohacking type stuff. But I truly believe that there are not just simple fixes, not fixes. There are simple protocols and procedures that you can do that are going to help you live longer, you know, whether or not there ends up being a magic pill or however that works, right? One of the greatest things, and I try to talk about this every single time, is that your sleep. The better sleep you can get, the longer you're going to live. If you have trouble sleeping, there are hundreds of different methods and products and things that you can try. They might not work for everyone, but I've seen different things work for different people. There's a passion flower extract that's like a tincture that you can take that will help you sleep. I was just given, hold on, let me get it. Wait here. Hold the phone. Where is the thing? I'm going to show you two things that I have heard work really well for sleep. Okay, so this is one, and I'll put the link to this. This is a friend of mine makes this on her farm in Puerto Rico. I'm sure you can find it elsewhere. So yeah, it's a sedative extract, but this will knock you out. And then this, I've never tried this, but this was just given to me. And what is in this? This has magnesium, magnesium bisglycinate, magnesium citrate. Those are the two main ingredients in this. And I actually have my own bottle of magnesium pills. So magnesium, passion flower extract, tons of things. Make sure your room is dark. Try and keep it cool if you can. That's the number one thing I've heard over and over again from longevity experts is get your sleep. Get at least, if you can, 7-8 hours a night. Try and sleep through the night. That's what both of these will help you do. So definitely check those out. Let's see. I'm going to read the comments. So let's go here. Nas, what's up, man? How you doing? Nas says, give respect and get respect. Oranges. Hello, Tangang. Chris says, I'd love to see Richard get in amazing shape. Yeah, so would I, for sure. Moondog says, the algorithm hates my unique way of communicating. It does. I know it does. Oh, thanks for coming, though. Thanks for retyping things. I appreciate you. Nas, this is in relation to, or this is in reply to what I was talking to, or what I was speaking to about Richard. Nas says, knowing and doing are two totally different ball games. Doing first and then telling others has a more longer lasting effect. It does. It certainly does. You know, and I think that that's part of his journey through SciVive, right? Like SciViving is not just a one-time, you know, kind of thing. Just like any kind of self-improvement, right? To SciVive is to really continually grow, work on yourself, get better. There's a ton of quotes that Richard has in SciVive that talk about that. And, you know, in reply to this comment, what I'm trying to say is that I can see where Richard did a lot of it. He already had done a lot of that stuff, especially when it comes to your time. And he admittedly wasted years of his life playing video games. So part of what he wanted to do, I think, in order to almost make up for that lost time in a way, right, is to show people how you can be productive and healthy and wealthy and give back to the world and have that be a domino effect, right? He doesn't want to just affect one person. He wants to change the world. I mean, the other book he's written, if you didn't know, he's written 2. The other one is called 15 Ways to Fix the World. And it's all about, you know, not just, and I say this often too, crypto is like, to me, crypto is the tip of the iceberg for Richard. I think that what he's going to do in this world is so much bigger than just fixing the money, but you got to start somewhere, right? So he's going to fix the money first. Yes, John, that's who I was talking about. Brian Johnson with Blueprint. Very interesting guy. Lots of money. And that's the thing is, you don't, like the sleep stuff, right? Like you don't have to have millions of dollars to buy these things to help get better sleep, right? That's one place you can start. You don't have to be a Brian Johnson to be able to do it. Chris says, I need to get my sleep on point. Too much caffeine during the day. For sure. Yeah, you definitely want to, that's the easiest thing. If you just cut out the caffeine, or even, you know, try something like this. See if you can maybe take your caffeine intake down a little bit, but also try and supplement with something at night so that you are getting that constant sleep. You know, you want to get deep sleep throughout the night. RH Max, hello, darling. The phone is held. Also appears. Hello. Tony says, do you have any positive ideas that successfully end tinnitus? Tony, friend, I feel you. I am on that same page. I have tinnitus as well. Let me show you one thing I have. I just got this. All right. So same person. Let me get this link real quick. Hold on. Okay, let me get the link to her spot for you guys. So again, like I said, she's in Puerto Rico. She'll have to ship from Puerto Rico. Totally worth it though. I mean, I know her. I've been to this farm several times. I see her process. So this is not lab made, you know, like mega grown stuff. This is all organic, all like made with love. I mean, like, I don't know how many of y'all care about that part, but like she just pours her heart and soul into these products. And if you can find them somewhere else that, you know, same quality for cheaper, you know, do that, right? But as someone who has used these things, that's the link. So Finca Pock-Wheel products. So Tony, I'm actually going to take a little bit of this right now because I can hear my tinnitus gets worse if I use headphones during the day. So it's just a tincture, right? And this actually, the passion flower one is a little bitter. So some people take it with water, or you can chase it with something. This one is sweet. I don't know. I forget what bases she used, but this one is a sweet base. So like, there you go. And I've only been, now it says take it 1 to 5 times a day, half a dropper. We'll see. Maybe I should do that. Maybe today I'll try this and see if I take a little bit more, if it does affect my tinnitus. So if I go like this, like I can hear it right now, but if I go like this, I can hear it a lot. So my friend Mike also has really bad tinnitus. He told me that he's got these pills. They didn't work for him, but as soon as I get them or find them from him, Tony, another thing you can do. I learned this, and this doesn't help me as much, but RG also has tinnitus, and this helps him. Look, you might want to look this up. And I don't know exactly the right words for it. Maybe look up tapping for tinnitus, or like tinnitus relief through tapping or snapping. Because it's not like there's tapping, right? But it's not that. It's this. So what you do is you take. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna take my fingers like this. I have my pointer fingers over my middle finger, okay? And then you cover your ears and you kind of go to the back of your head like this. And I might be doing it wrong. Again, this has not really given me any relief, but I'm going to do it and I'm going to show you and we'll see if maybe we can work together. All right. And then I think you're supposed to do it like 20 to 30 times. So you do that, and that's supposed to help your tinnitus. And like I said, for me, I don't really see it working. I think it might depend on how severe your tinnitus is, or what else you've got going on with it. I'm hot, y'all. It's hot now. Hold on, I got to turn my AC on or up because that is not cutting it for me. Woo! Come on, air conditioning. Thanks for chilling out for a minute while I do this, you guys. I appreciate it. I'm a lot more aware nowadays of how the heat affects me, and if I don't cool myself down right away, it's not good. So, all right, AC is on. I'm gonna turn it on turbo. Turbo, give me all that AC. Yeah, sorry, I hope it's not too loud. All right, there we go. So, Tony, I hope that helps. Tune in next week for more tinnitus tips. I'm also, looking for other things. I have also heard one more thing I'll get real quick. I've taken this on and off. I'm about to go back on it. Randy Hilarski also recommends this. It's Zeolite. And I have heard that it can help tinnitus as well. Now, mine is not very severe. I don't really notice it unless I'm thinking about it or sometimes before I'm going to sleep at night. Another thing, Tony, is that I don't know how or where you might be able to find out more about this, but about 8 years ago, I did a clinical trial for tinnitus. And they injected, it was a terrible, it was not fun at all. This was not a fun experience. They injected ketamine into my eardrums. And I would go 1 week and they would do one side. And then I'd go the next week and they'd do the other side. And it helped. It definitely helped. It took a couple months, I think, after the procedure for me to realize it. But I realized that I was not noticing my tinnitus as much. And for the life of me, I cannot find, I actually found like the texts that I had sent someone that was like the, I don't know how to put it. He was like the guy, like the liaison that was kind of helping set up the appointments for me to go do this clinical trial. And I reached out to him because I know a lot of people that have tinnitus and that really struggle with it. And he didn't hit me back. So I'm going to try and reach out to him again. I'm going to try and find any emails that I can about that. But, you know, it's crazy, Tony, because you'd think that nowadays, with all of the advancements in medical and all of these different things that are going on, that we would have some kind of cure for that we'd have something that would be able to help with that issue in particular, because so many people suffer from it. So you know, that's another, like, I guess the last thing I'll say, Tony, is check out clinical trials in your area. See if there's anything that you can get on and be a part of, because you never know what'll work or what'll help. So I am, I only got a couple minutes because I'm about to hop on another stream, which, by the way, let me see if I can find this stream. X-ray vision. I don't even see. All right. X-ray vision. I'm pretty sure that's whose channel I'm about to get on. Yes, here it is. Okay, so here's the link. Oh, what? Here we go. Okay. Here's the link to the stream I'm about to hop on. So if you guys want to come raid X-Ray Vision's channel, I got 3 minutes before I'm supposed to be over there. So let me run through the comments real quick, say goodbye, and then meet me over on X-Ray Vision's channel, you guys. Let's see. I'm going to skip a couple of these. I will say this, though. I agree. We got to take back control of our monetary system before we can start the real lobbying. 100%. Very excited about the Tank Talk launching on Chia. You can use your Tank Talk from one chain to another chain. Like, mind-blowing. I love it. Bill says, love the items you identified. Personally, maintain spirituality. Blessings. Oh, and before I forget, I saw this too. Grounding and earthing might help. I like doing that stuff too, so you never know. Pay me Hex says, a wild SJ. Hey, hi there. Tony, thanks for all you do, SJ. Holding our faith in what Richard Hart is doing to improve our lives. Fantastic. Let's see. And Crypto Coffee says, I heard Zeolite for tonight. I just said that. Yeah. I was just talking about it. So I have Zeolite right here. And and then I linked to the new thing. All right, I got 2 minutes to go over on X-Ray Vision's channel. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I am hoping to do a lot more of these again soon. I've been super busy with everything else that's going on with the PulseChain tour. I'm going to link one last thing for you because you love me, don't you? Yes, you do. And you want to participate in these NFTs. Yo, I am an artist. I've always been, and I'll go into that someday on another stream. But check out the PulseChain Tour NFTs. You can support the tour in different ways. If you are unable to make it to any of these events, read up on our NFT loyalty program and find out how you could even have us come hang out and do a PulseChain Tour event in your backyard, if that's what you really want. All right, guys, I have had a lovely time. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Again, come on over to X-Ray Vision's channel, and we're going to talk some more about all these things. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day.